anyone who has experienced the death of a loved one, or suffered the death of a lifelong dream, or received catastrophic news about their own health, there is no making it better. No growth, however substantial and beautiful, will make tragedy worthwhile. It just doesn't. There is no silver lining to your spouse dropping dead, getting fired for being the whistleblower, or watching your child lose their battle to cancer. Full stop. Pain hurts. It just does. While I don't wish pain on anybody, I do wish for people to exploit their inevitable pain for good. I revel in redemption, turning the pain of life into something that is good for me or for others. My clients have taught me again and again that while they didn't wish for or ask for tragedy, when they find ways to exploit the pain of tragedy, the world and they become richer for it. And I am here for being richer. If we can turn the non-optional pain into good, let's do it. I consider this emotional composting. Turning the eggshells, vegetable peelings, and other organic crap into fertile soil is all about turning that which we cannot use and does not serve a useful purpose into a rich compost that will create nutrients for future growth. When we find ways of composting our pain, we grow, and those around us grow. I don't wish for the pain, but pain is an inevitable part of being alive. And if the pain is coming anyway, then using it to make the world a better place seems to be a way to beat tragedy at its own game. A few years ago, my husband Jim and I were part of an article in the Globe and Mail, a national daily newspaper in Canada. Zsuzsa Bielski, a writer from the Globe, contacted me after reading our story at the Connectionare counseling blog. I had written about the story on the counseling website. Zsuzsa wanted to write about finding love soon after losing a spouse, in a style that was compassionate and understanding. I emailed her, letting her know that the topic of finding love after recently losing a spouse was something I had much more than a professional opinion on. Finding love quickly after a spouse dies is a deeply personal topic for me. I have written often and easily about my relationship with my husband, whom publicly I refer to as husband. Jim is wonderful in a multitude of ways. Writing about his compassionate and kind nature comes easily to me. But I am quite a private person and protective of my family. I write about characteristics, qualities, and dynamics of my family to illustrate concepts and thoughts, but always without specific names and identifying details. Now, Zsuzsa was asking me what my husband's name was to print in an article. Even more, early in the interview, she asked me exactly how much time passed between his first wife, Care, her death, and our marriage. I had never put that fact in my writing on the website. Maybe I didn't want everyone to know how brief a time it was. Maybe I didn't want to open myself up to ridicule and judgment. Okay, cancel the maybe. That was it. I didn't want people to know the truth. And now she was asking for it, so it could be published online for the entire country to see. Jim and I became engaged 11 months after his beloved wife died and married 2 months later. 13 months after his wife died, we got married. When that article would be published, the entire country would know and could judge us. Gulp. I had a conversation a while back with a coach of a national level team that was ranked number 1 in the country. The team was racking up enormous numbers of wins and was heading towards another championship. They had won the national trophy the year before and were hurtling towards another victory. He was my son's coach, and he was at my house for a pregame dinner, along with the rest of the team. To engage in interesting conversation, I asked him about the season thus far and how he felt it was going into the second half of the season. I wondered about his perceptions of the chances that the team would bring all that championship hardware home. He told me something interesting. The coach said that he knew his team was excelling,